Hi, everybody. This is Kristen from Bariatric Mindset answering your question. What is the most difficult part of life after weight loss surgery? Anybody? Anybody? It's mindset. It's sustaining the mindset. One of my favorite quotes, not coined by me, and I think it has one of those little unknowns after it, is this is stomach surgery. It is not brain surgery. And so a lot of people will ask, what happens after surgery? Why am I regaining? What is going on? And the truth of the matter is, it is a work in progress, babe. It is a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. You're a work in progress. So this whole process after surgery, all of the tools that we've been given, not just the amazing little pouch that we've been given, but the tools of focus on your protein, focus on your water, focus on your supplements, low carb, and also making sure that you get adequate sleep, that you're managing your stress appropriately. Stress and sleep are huge, by the way. And just making sure that we get our workouts and the exercise in. And I'm sure that you've also heard this, and I knew this long before I was a sleeve patient, which is a muscle weighs more than fat, but also the more muscle you have, the more fat you burn. So what is the hardest part after weight loss surgery? It's this little tool right here that I think that we need to work on more. So that is why I've created Bariatric Mindset, to really talk to you guys about refocusing on the mindset piece. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about my little pet peeve is that everybody likes to talk about the food. I like food. That's how I ended up at over 400 pounds. You like food. That's how you ended up putting on the weight, but not necessarily. I also had big trouble with emotional eating, and at approximately 18 months after surgery, I had to go, oh my gosh, who am I? And I need to stop putting things in my mouth when it's not mealtime. And I had gone through this whole process of self-discovery and also recognizing, practicing the self-awareness of when to eat, what not to eat, when not to eat, and really stepping forward with the mindset piece and understanding the feelings behind it. So when somebody asks online, what's the hardest piece after weight loss surgery? I think it's really transforming your brain. Transforming your body comes with the process when you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. I think the mindset piece is a whole lot harder because there are a lot more facets to mindset. There's the emotional eating, there's emotional overwhelm, there's different things that we deal with on a daily basis. There's time, there's schedules, there's, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to fit it all in? I've got this many kids and, you know, a family and a job, and when am I supposed to do this? And so that is really about cultivating your mindset, getting more productive, managing your time better, getting workouts in, and focusing on the meal plan, the meal prep, and getting your foundation, your bariatric foundations in so that you can stay on track. A lot of times people go back to the old habits because it's easier, because you haven't trained your brain yet for the new habits. And it could be that you've gotten to a year on the new habits and then something happens, or you start to like backslide a little and backslide a little bit more, and or it could be the holidays where, you know, there's a lot of cookies and cakes and different foods that are a lot more rich. And then, you know, come January, you're like, I'll get to it. The truth is, the mindset, refocusing and getting into that success mindset are really essential for your long-term growth. And one of the tools that I really strongly suggest to people is practicing self-awareness. Only you know where you are. Only you know whether you're on track or not. And this is not a beat 'em up video. This is really about helping you to practice compassion and honor this journey. Honor you. You had surgery for a reason. You're on this journey for a reason. And it's so important that you reconnect with that why, that reason, so that you can refocus your attention back on your goals and back on your process. And this is what we've got to train. So the mindset piece is, I think, the hardest part, because you can be doing things for a long period of time. Consistency is key. What you do most of is what shows up on the scale. It's what shows up in your clothes. It's what shows up on the outside. And so a lot of times what's going on the inside impacts what's on the outside. And if you're having emotional struggles or other struggles, whether it be with, when I call them emotional struggles, but you know, what's happening at work, what's happening in your relationship, what's happening in your life, what's happening with your kids, what's happening with your parents. If you're struggling with all this, it's going to show on the outside as well. If you're not managing it, you know, and I don't want to say correctly, because it's not like there's a correct or incorrect way, but if you're not managing it from a point of, or mastering it, where you have control over your emotions. And if your emotions have control over you, then you could be emotionally eating and getting off track. And that is what your behavior is consistently. And then on the outside, you start to, let's say, get depressed, or you start to feel like you can't move as much because now you've regained some weight and it's a struggle. And so everything is a cycle, right? So everything is a cycle. So if you start to fall backwards into the old patterns, then what happens is the old cycle comes back. Let's say your mood decreases, you know, quite a bit. You're not feeling as great. You're feeling down. You're feeling depressed. And then you just kind of say, screw it. And you go back to the old patterns of food and not working out and not focused on your goals. But yet, if you can shift that and shift the mindset to say, no, we're not going back there. And then just taking these small action steps on a daily basis and start to build on this momentum of, no, this is what I want for my life. This is what I want for my body. And I'm committed to it, right? You've got to be committed to it. And then really take these action steps over and over and over. You're going to start to build momentum. You're going to start to feel better. Maybe I should go this way. This way. You're going to start to build momentum in the positive direction of where you're trying to go. And then things are going to get easier. But if you try to do everything at once, your brain gets overloaded and you're actually kind of hit with this brick wall, because you're like, oh, but this is so hard, but this is such a struggle. And so it's important that you start off, you know, back on this process and kind of like a choo-choo train, chugga, 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 chugga. So you drink your water, you get that protein in, and, you know, you can look on Pinterest all day long for foods. You can go online and look at these foods, but at the end of the day, you've got to follow through. You've got to follow through on the plan, because if you're not following through on the plan, there's something deeper emotionally going on, right? And this is why I talk about my pet peeve, is that it's not about the food. Personally, as a 4-year VSG post-op, I eat foods that I really, really like, and they are low carb. And I eat what I love every single day, and it's good for me. And it's good for me, because the focus for me, while I eat things that I like, I also focus on the mindset piece. So it's about the food. You've got to have foods that you really enjoy, and it's important that you're also focused on that it's good for me, right? So these are the things that are important for your brain, that you're getting in your vegetables, that you're getting in things. And I've trained my brain, and I encourage you guys to train your brain. What are some things that are good for you that you also enjoy, right? So I love cauliflower. I love broccoli. I love peppers and onions. These are things that I have with my protein, so that I'm making sure that I'm getting in these nutrients in these vegetables. And so when I've trained my brain to do that, it's easy to do, right? The old me, the old mindset was, oh, I don't really like that. Ooh, that's yucky. Okay, can somebody give me some fries? The new mindset goes, ooh, I don't like those fries. They're not good for my body. There's not, you know, they're not helping me to achieve my goals. And that's where this mindset comes in. You've got to ask yourself, is this helping me to achieve my goals? Is this getting me to where I want to be? Is this serving my brain and my body? And if the answer is no, you have an answer, right? So it's important that you choose things that you enjoy, that also that serve your body, they get you to goal, they get you to where you want to be. And that's the mindset piece. So when people are like, oh, I just need to know what to eat, I just need to know what to eat, most frequently, it's funny, the people that I work with, they're like, I know what to eat all day long, I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it. What is wrong with me? I'm just not doing it. And so that is where I really help people to bridge the gap, because I strongly feel that many people out there know exactly what to do. You know how much protein you're supposed to get. You know how much water you're supposed to get. You know what supplements you should be taking. You know how much sleep you should be getting. And you know what stresses you out. At least I think you might know what stresses you out. And if you don't, then that's something to figure out. But I think you know what to do. So why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you doing it? And the truth is that you haven't cultivated it as a habit. Number one, mindset. Number two, there's something emotionally deeper going on, whether it's emotional overeating, or it's uncomfortable, or it's stressing you out, or you're stress eating or emotional eating, which goes back to the other one, right? So habit, emotional eating, or there's something deeper going on. There's got to be something deeper going on. So I strongly encourage you, obviously, to go back to basics, but to dig a little deeper. If you are that type of person who's in between, who knows exactly what to do, but you're not doing it, then I strongly suggest that you dig a little deeper. Look at your emotions. Look at what's stressing you out. Look at what's maybe overwhelming you. Look at what's going on in your life that could be distracting you or detracting you from your goals, from achieving this success. And I'm very certain that it's probably something beneath the goals, but it's going to be mindset oriented. It's going to have something to do with your emotional or mental state. And I don't always mean mental illness, by the way. It could be that you are extremely stressed out. You have family stuff going on. You have not put yourself first. I see this quite frequently where you're taking care of somebody else. It's a boundary issue, or you are putting other people before you. You're not putting yourself first. And that could be another thing, right? Number three, boundaries. So setting appropriate boundaries for yourself, for those in your family, for your loved ones. And it's important that you put yourself first. In order that you live a healthy life, because just like when you're in the airplane and they tell you you have to put on your mask first before you can put the mask on your child or that person next to you, it's so true, because what happens if there's no you, if you're the caretaker? Who's going to take care of them after you're gone? Right? So this is why it's so important that you take care of you, that you put yourself first. You are important. And if you haven't realized that yet, then we definitely need to talk, because you are important. You have purpose. There's something big that you're doing in this life. Even if that big thing is taking care of your family, you've got to take care of you. And this is part of that process, living your best life after weight loss surgery. So I thank you guys again for watching. I want to refocus your attention on mindset, because it's huge. So what's happening beneath the surface? Share with me what you learned today. If you have any questions about mindset or cultivating a success mindset, watch out for the next video, because we're going to be talking about that. Mindset really is one of your best assets, in addition to the bariatric foundation or your bariatric basics after weight loss surgery, because once you create your bariatric mindset, once you really create that success mindset and you build that with consistency, and you really use that foundation with consistency, you're really going to just, do awesome in the future, because you will have all of really the keys together, and that will help you to combat any kind of regain, so that you maintain for the long term, and then achieve all of the other things that you want to achieve in life beyond that. So If you're not already part of my very free Facebook group, it's called Bariatric Mindset Mavens. Please feel free to hop on over there and join if that resonates with you. I do some live streams in there and then share these videos in there for those peeps as well. And be sure to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you thought this video was awesome. Comments, questions, leave them below. I'm happy to answer them. And if you have other questions that need to be answered, you can email me at kristen@bariatricmindset.com. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you on next week's video. Have an amazing week, everybody. Bye.